Buenos dias, Internet bikers. Welcome to this short window into what usually goes on in the famous Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. I'm guessing many of you know what this is about already, but just to make sure we're all on the same page, this is an event that was first staged in Sydney, Australia in 2012, and its goal was to provide an antidote to the negative stereotypes that have been so commonly associated to bikers since forever. And so the activity consists of dressing up as dapper as possible and having a nice ride around town with your chums. The instant success of the first edition quickly turned this into a global movement, and from its second edition onwards, the main objective has been to raise funds for men's health and prostate cancer research. As for me, I met up with my buddy Danny and a few of his friends, and from our starting point, we had our own little ride around Madrid before actually making it to the official meeting point. This year, same as always in Madrid, the ride starts at the Triumph dealership downtown, which makes sense since this brand is the official sponsor, and it consists of riding through a few of the city's neighborhoods before reaching the new financial towers to the north of the city. This year I was excited to participate because I finally have a bike that fits the look perfectly. My new Royal Enfield Hunter 350 was a great choice for the day because this event is clearly focused on the typical classic Euro style of bikes. Perhaps they may be called British style in the English-speaking world, but it's the same thing. In Madrid, and I'm guessing it's the same practically in all the cities around the world where this event is staged, there's a clear majority of Triumph motorcycles. But there's also a healthy representation from BMW, Moto, Ducati, Honda, Yamaha, Harley-Davidson, and even Indian, among others. I want to be clear though that anyone can join regardless of the bike that they ride, but the Euro or British style is preferred by the organizers and it's the dominant style among the participants. In truth, the event's official style guide says it's strictly limited to all the classic motorcycle styles. But there's really no way for this to be enforced, so people always show up in all types of bikes. In any case, the bikes themselves aren't as important as actually making a donation on the DGR's official website, because we need to keep in mind that this is a fundraiser. It's not just so we can look fine and dandy in the pictures. As we rolled through Madrid, I was quite surprised not just by the sheer number of bikes, but also by the length of the course and all the streets that were cut off from the rest of the traffic just so we could have the pavement to ourselves. The only time I've seen more bikes together in the same place was when I went to the MotoGP race in southern Spain. As we ride through town, it's time for my personal opinion on the event, starting with the organizers. To anyone that gets involved for a cause, all I can offer is my sincere thanks. And I for one came out with the feeling that the whole thing was a success and everything went smoothly. Strangely, I also saw and heard a few comments saying that the DGR is very posh and stuck up. And I think that yes, true, but that's totally obvious and it's even the whole point. I don't really think this is a bad thing. In fact, it's nothing more than a nice afternoon having fun with a little bit of biker cosplay. Except that this time the stereotype gets flipped and we all want to look dandy instead of evil. As for the causes that this movement supports, men's mental health and prostate cancer research, well, we're all free to decide if a cause moves us or not. Personally, I prefer to donate to other types of charities, whether because they hit closer to my heart or because I think they don't get enough attention. But since I participated in the DGR, I figured that donating was the decent thing to do. Oh, one more thing. As I was surrounded by so many classic, customized, and even two-stroke machines, I felt I was part of a polluting dragon that was constantly spouting out poison as we slithered through town. And this feeling was probably enough to realize that it's highly unlikely that I'll participate in the same way again. I know that's not what a true biker would say, but our contradictions are what makes us human. The destination of the day was a recently opened shopping mall under the 5 towers that we're seeing on screen, and I thought it was just perfect. It's not the largest area of pavement in the world, but it was just enough to park all the bikes close enough so we could easily contemplate them after the ride without too much effort. The green area was also quite welcoming for grabbing a beer or soft drink and hanging out with your buddies, and it was all enhanced by the perfect riding weather, which was cold enough for sweater vests, but not more than that. So after all is said and done, the only thing left to do is to send this off. Did you participate in your city's Distinguished Gentleman's Ride? How was it? Are you planning on repeating next year? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for the notifications. Hasta luego!